Hey guys, so basically in today's clip I'm servicing my buddy's AMG C63. So yeah, I'll list down everything I've used and what's needed in the description box below. Sweet, thanks for watching guys, hope you guys enjoy. So basically we're just gonna jack up the car just so I can get the jack stands under the control arms. So now I'm just grabbing the jack stand and I'll be putting it just there under the control arm, somewhere nice and sturdy. So we do the same thing on the other side. Jack it up. So we're basically putting jack stands in the same area, just on the other side, and then jack down the jack so the car goes back on the jack stands. So next is lift the engine cover straight up, nice and gently. It'll just pop up. Now you can chuck the cover somewhere out of the way. So now you can grab your 32mm socket to remove the oil filter. But just before I take it off, I like to get a few rags and just chuck around the filter housing just to catch any of the oil that may drip out when you pull out the filter. So now I'm taking off the filter. Now that the filter's out, all we have to do is just pull on the filter, just a few clips that are holding it in place. Now that it's disconnected, I'll just let it drip into the oil pan, any excess oil. Next I remove the oil cap to help the oil drain out much quicker with more venting. So now I'm currently taking off the under tray. So there's basically 3 under trays for this car. So I'm taking off the middle one currently, but you would need to take off all 3 to get access to the sump drain bolt and the oil cooler drain bolt also. So now you can grab your 13mm socket to break the tightness off the sump oil drain bolt. I like to grab the socket and just hand loosen it off towards the end, just like that. So now that we're waiting for the oil to drain, there's a rubber O-ring around the oil filter housing that you need to replace that comes with the filter. So that's how you take it out, and I like to just give the filter housing a quick wipe, any removal of sludge. So this is the Ratchet filter that's recommended for this car. It comes with the rubber O-ring and the filter itself. There's no copper crush washers that come with it, so you have to purchase that on your own for the oil drain and oil cooler drain bolt. So now I'm just opening a new bottle of oil. All I'm doing is grabbing a tiny touch of it, just to give the O-ring a good coating of oil all around it. Basically this is just to give it a good seal when it's on the oil filter housing, and also to stop it from getting hard and brittle, as this area of the engine bay is really hot and a lot of oil always passes through, which is hot as well. Now you can grab the filter. All there is just 6 grommets, you just click it back into place, that's it. Now that the filter is back into the housing, we can prepare the area. Just make sure the cloth doesn't interfere with the filter and doesn't get jammed. And you can screw it back in. So this is recommended to be tightened down to 25 Newton meters. So basically these come in a 3-pack. So these are 7/16" washers. So you should be always replacing your crush washers after every service. So I'll be changing the oil drain one right now. As you can see, that's the old one I have, and I'll be chucking in a new one just before I cap off the oil drain. So now basically I'm just giving a quick wipe before I chuck in the oil drain bolt. So yeah, so basically the oil drain needs to be tightened down to 22 foot-pounds of torque. So next we can drain the oil cooler, which is right in the front of the car. It's in between the 2 flaps right there. That's a 13mm socket also to remove that bolt, which is a black screw usually. That drops out at least a litre of oil. A lot of people don't actually drain the oil cooler. I'm not sure if they actually know that there's an oil drain there, but yeah, I'd rather drain all the fluid. This is the oil drain bolt for the cooler, and yeah, basically it was black, so I cleared off all the paint and cleaned it all up. And yeah, so I'll be chucking in a new crush washer as well. This is one of the copper ones. Now that you've finished with draining the oil cooler, chuck your oil drain bolt back in with the new copper washer, and you can tighten this one down also to 22 foot-pounds. Now that all the drain bolts are back in and tightened, I will be installing the under trays back in. So these are all screwed up by 8mm bolts for all 3 under trays. Now we can remove the jack stands and lower down the car back to even level. So now that the car is back to even ground level, I'll be filling up the AMG with 8.5 liters of 5W40. So this is genuine engine oil from Mercedes themselves. This is what they use. So basically I'll be just filling up 8 bottles fully, so 8 liters fully, and then once I've left with the 1 bottle at the end, I'll check the dipstick and make sure the oil line is close as possible to the top hole, which means full oil. So yeah, so I'll keep topping it up until that oil line on the dipstick is as close as possible to the top hole, and yeah, that'll be us. And then you can start the car, go for a drive, then come back, let it cool down for a bit, and then you can recheck the oil, and if it still needs more oil to get closer to the top hole on the dipsticks, then you can add a bit extra. Just be careful that you don't overfill the oil, as that's much worse than being just under. Sweet, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Cheers.